Look, making this. I'm gonna be real quick. I'm gonna be posting on this channel until I get back and going on my other channel. This is gonna be like my talking, working out, more raw content. But shit, let's talk about it. This for everybody who's about to be 18 or anybody who is about to be you're about to turn 18, or if you're already 18 or around 18, early 20s, or really anybody, because I know it's older dudes out here who need to hear this message too. So today we're gonna talk about not wasting your freedom. I see so many people wasting their freedom and wasting their time, but I really say freedom because people act like they're not free to do whatever it is that they want. And it didn't dawn upon me until I was having a conversation with my mans. He's inside of college. He's my roommate too. And so we in the kitchen and we're talking. And then he said he's inside of he was telling me how he's inside of a philosophy class and how he likes it. And I asked him what they're talking about. And he told me in that class he had the previous day, they were talking about how you could essentially do whatever it is that you want. Like, in this life, you could do whatever it is that you want. And so I didn't conceptualize the fact until that moment that people really don't understand that they could do whatever it is that they want in this world. And by that, of course, we got limitations. You can't, I don't like using the word can't, but you can't fly. You don't have superpowers, things like that. But you could do whatever you want in the sense that you could do whatever it is that you want. Whether that's something immoral, whether that's getting up, putting work into something, putting effort into something. You could do whatever it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? You have that freedom to do whatever it is that you want. Now, there are consequences to what you do, of course. And that's what you got to understand, that there's just consequences, good or bad, to what you're doing. But I hear so many people say I can't do this. Let's say you, and I'm not talking about people, for clarity, I'm not talking about people who may say something like, boom, let's say they got a job. Let's say they got a job and that job pays the bills, and they want to do something, chasing their dreams, and they say, I can't do this because I need the money. Okay, now you got a reason why you can't do it. But even to that same extent, you know what I'm saying? You have the freedom, you got to take control of your life. You have to take control of your life. So if it's something you want to be doing, and your schedule look this way, but you want your schedule to look this way, you got to figure out how you're gonna make it so your schedule could look this way. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stuck here and complacent and using this as an excuse not to make it here. I see that way too often. You use this as an excuse not to get to this right here. So let's say you working a 9-to-5 job right now. You punching in 40 hours a week minimum. You got kids. You're always busy. You're always busy with something. You gotta be creative. You gotta think. You gotta use this. You gotta use your intuition. You gotta think. You gotta sit down. You actually gotta think, process, plan about how you can make this get to this. How you can make this a reality. Let's say you want to be doing, you want to start earning more income and you want to stop working so many hours a week so you got free time to do whatever else you want to do. Okay, now you got to take what you got. You got to look at your circumstance where you at right now, and you got to draw up a plan on how you can get here. And you can do that from learning. You got to learn. You got to be open to learning. You got to stop taking the free time that you may have and start using that for something to help you figure out this right here. How you gonna make it to this right here? So let's say you spend your free time smoking, drinking, I'm gonna say smoking with no purpose. Just doing shit with no purpose. And by smoking with no purpose, I mean shit. You go over to I'm just using this as an example too. I know y'all gonna be on, some of y'all gonna be on my ass, whatever. I'm talking about shit to where it's like you get high every day with your mans or your homegirls, and y'all not talking about shit after not doing shit. Cause it's a lot of y'all. I use a good example of some putting in 40 hours a week, an alright example. But it's some of y'all out here who not even punching in 40 hours a week, and y'all don't got shit else going on. So with that being said, it's like you're not doing shit. You're just wasting time. You're not grinding towards nothing. You're lazy. You're not disciplined at nothing. You're not doing shit. In which, I mean, it's perfectly fine to be inside. It's not perfectly fine to stay in that situation, but if that's who you are, accept it. That's who you is. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly, like, that's who you are. That's your circumstance. That's who you are. That's what you put out. That's what you put out into the world. And ain't nothing wrong with whether or not you know what I'm saying, up until the age of 18, you didn't have no one guiding you. You didn't have good examples. You was just influenced by your environment. That okay. You know what I'm saying? That right there is the circumstance. But now you got to be putting in an effort to change that for yourself. You know, start getting disciplined about something. Start taking something serious. Start taking yourself serious. Start grinding. Start working towards something. And real work too. I'm not talking about bullshit work. You going in to your job, putting in 24 hours, a part-time job, but you're not doing nothing else with all the other hours in a week. You know what I'm saying? You got 24 hours in a day. Use them. That's the best way I could put it. You got 24 hours in a day. Use them. Use them to elevate yourself, to get to where you trying to go in life. Chase your dreams, you know what I'm saying? Put work in to chase your dreams. Just don't think that your dreams is finna come along with you putting bare minimum ass work in. Put work in. Put work into something. Put work into something. Take control of your life to where you're doing what you want to be doing, or at least on a pathway to obtaining that vision that you see for yourself, on a pathway to obtaining that schedule to now you're doing what you want to be doing each day. Whether or not you a hustling ass nigga, whether or not you just like hustling and that's your thing, and you every day is a hustle for you, like you doing what you want to be doing with that. Something fulfilling, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not you somebody who wants to do art and make a good living off art. Put the steps in to get to where you want to be at. Because the worst thing you could do would be wasting your freedom, wasting the freedom that you got on nothing, on things that ain't give you no return in your life, things that ain't getting you to a new new place. You know, it's about balance too. So you want to make sure your schedule, taking care of yourself is a mandatory off the rip. Because ain't nobody else going to be doing it for you unless, you know, it's circumstance, unless you got a girl and she could do things like little shit like cook and clean, and I don't see her washing your damn back. You know what I'm saying? Or give you massages, things like that. But if you don't got that, you don't got that circumstance, that type of lifestyle set up, all right, you got to be doing that for yourself. So if you need money to do it, if you need, you know what I'm saying, you got to position yourself to win. You got to make sure you got the tools to do so. So let's say, boom, for example, you just turned 18. Nice, smooth. And now You just turned 18, and you want to start taking your appearance a little bit more serious. You want to start doing things like maybe your parents want to have paid for your braces that you wanted to get your teeth straight, or whitening if that's what you wanted to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right, you 18 now. You got the power to do so for yourself. You got the power to now go out there and work for what you want without any hearing shit, not hearing, because people always gonna be talking, not hearing nothing from nobody, but without actually, you got complete control. And you always got complete control, but up until 18, for a lot of people, their parents make decisions for them. So if you fell into that category, boom, you 18, you got every decision, you can make it on your own now. You're old enough to make your own decisions. You're old enough to decide how you use your time. And so when you're old enough to do so, you know what I'm saying? So you had things you wanted to do, but your parents wasn't going for it. Okay, now go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Oh, damn, I want my teeth done, but okay, this shit costs money. Okay, go out there and get you some money. Problem and solution. It's just a problem and solution. I feel like there's very little things that got no solution. You know what I'm saying? Educate yourself to figure out how to solve something. Think about it. Actually think. Because most of the time, the shit ain't rocket science. Like I just gave. Shit, you need money for something? Okay, go out and get money. Oh, man, I don't got a ride, no transportation. Shit, we got things like Uber. We got things like Lyft. All these, we got buses, subways if you live in one of them cities. Don't feel like you too good to be putting in work or to do something. And they got other things. So you got your 2 feet. You got your good 2 feet. Because you gonna hear a lot of the times people say, oh, nah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not doing that. And that'd be the first response. That'd be the first response, 24/7. Yeah, I'm not doing it. But you not doing it is keeping you in that same situation that you don't want to be in, that you are unhappy with. So you got to start picking yourself out and get into it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, for everybody, there's always a solution. You got to just look. That's all you got to do. I promise you got to just look and put effort in to actually now solving your problem. Draw up a plan. Sit down, draw up a plan. And I don't want to hear, oh, it's perfectly fine if you don't know how to do something. It's a lot of things. You're never going to know how to do everything. That's just, there's a billion things out here in this world you can know how to do. But that's what you can learn. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with not knowing. Learn. You got your phone. Just how you going to search up everything else, you can search that up. It's right in your pocket. And everybody got a phone, so I don't want to hear it. Everybody has a phone. You know what I'm saying? Take control of your life, of your circumstance. Don't make excuses for yourself. And stop and just worry about yourself too, because everybody's cards in life was different. Is different, was different. They're different. So stop looking around over here, what this person got going on, how they came up, how this person got going on, how they came up. Just worry about yourself. Don't worry about the next man if you do. It's really for the dudes out there too. And don't worry about the next lady if you're a lady. But yeah, you know, start getting it in some way, shape or form. And me saying that it don't gotta be, you know, money is important. So if you do, I hope you've got some type of situation where you're straight on that end. But shit, maybe that's not, you know what I'm saying? Your grind's different. Just make sure you're getting it each and every single day. Just make sure you're getting it each and every single day, and stop feeling entitled too. And if you fresh off it, you getting prepared, shit, start practicing not feeling entitled. Feeling entitled to live inside your parents' house. Because past the age of 18, you was not required to live inside your parents' house. To have a room inside their house, especially if they're not making you pay no bills. Especially if they're not making you pay bills. You're not entitled to live inside your parents' house, to drive their car, no nothing. None of it. Shit, you could feel however you want about the situation, however. But that's the truth. You're not entitled. And another truth is I don't care if your parents, if you act it, if you don't act it, if your parents saying you not and they picking and choosing when you is and when you not, after 18, you are grown. You're grown. That's the reality. You're grown. Act it or not, you're grown. You're grown. Meaning you can start learning and things, and maybe, don't disregard, because everybody's gonna move at their own pace, and life happens to everybody at a different pace. So it's not like it's gonna be an instantaneous switch. For some it may be. For others, for probably the majority, it's not gonna be. We'll just start acting, start worrying about different things, start prioritizing different things, you know what I'm saying? Certain things are gonna have to become more important than they previously were. Like, get on your grind, get that energy, that good energy around you. Accept the change that the grind may require of you. And get inside like a headspace and like position yourself to where it's like a peaceful grind that is nicely balanced out. And then you protect that. And you allow that shit to keep on elevating you. Because it's not about how you start, it's always about how you finish. If you're going through something, shit, start picking yourself up from trying to bounce back. And after high school, don't be, either you was one of them guys in high school that is you gonna look back 10 years, you're gonna be the nigga who peaked in high school, or maybe you wasn't that guy in high school. So now you are that guy. But it should be a constant elevation going up. And of course, you're not constant elevation meaning ain't shit gonna happen, but constant elevation meaning you're continuously putting work in on things that are going to, in the long term, bring you up and keep uplifting. But yeah, man, just start putting work in. And there's a lot of people out here who put work in, so it's not like there's nothing new. There's nothing new, but like, spend your time how you want to spend your time, because you know how you want to spend your time. Now, with that being said, just understand, like I said, there's consequences. Because some people want to spend their time, shit, only going for girls, not going for money. When in reality, you could have it all. You could have both. You could have it all. And that's another thing. You could have it all. It's all about how you move, though. It's all about how you move. I swear it's all about how you move. I guarantee you, for every situation, like, the grind don't gotta be you being lonely. The grind don't gotta be you, it depends on what the grind is too. Because I know, if let's say you a boxer or something, you got to prepare for a fight. That's probably a lonely, temporary period to where you got to lock in. That is that level of locking in that it requires. But let's say you someone who just wants to get money. Okay, boom. Depending on who you are, shit, you could be that guy who still has girls, but his focus really is just money and girls, money and women. That's the focus. He ain't really doing too much outside of that realm. Like, it's about time management too. How are you spending your time? What's the schedule looking like? You know what I'm saying? During the 5 days in the week, you going hard. During Saturday and Sunday, you let them loose a little bit. Blowing off some steam, doing what you do, however you let that go. Start looking for examples of people that got what you want. Or people you could be like, yeah, I like how you do that. And start taking little bits and pieces. Like my dad, he always told me, take bits and pieces of things that you like in other people and add it into your own and make it your own. That's how you make things your own. Add your own little touch on it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, stop wasting time. Take control of your life. You're free. You have a lot of freedom. You have a lot of freedom. You know, people inside the prison, they get their freedom taken away from them to where they literally are no longer free. Like, they can't move freely. You got to take control of your life. Take control of your life. Don't do things that you don't want to do, even though sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do. But find things you could tolerate, people. Find things you could tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Something that you could do, whether that's a job that's not killing you. Like, you hate this job. Unless that really is the only option that's presenting itself in that moment. But even if you inside that, understand things gotta be temporary. It's all about deviating the plan, drawing up the plan to make these, you know what I'm saying, to get yourself to where you wanna be. So just understand, if you're doing something temporary, you gotta do something temporary. Maybe you gotta work a job temporarily for next few months. The numbers add up. You gotta just lock in with it. And that's just what you gotta do. And if that's the case, there you go. You got your solution. So now it's about just putting in the legwork and doing what you do. And just doing what you do. But I promise you, the more you start doing it and the more you start limiting distractions and things that may be pulling you off the coaster, the easier it's gonna get. Like, the more you start putting effort into things, the more hard things are going to become effortless. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's all I want to say right now. Shit, I'm young myself. I ain't y'all niggas' father. But hope this video can help somebody out there. And I'm gone.